Hey, family. Hi, everybody. Thank y'all for joining. My bad. I had some technical difficulties getting on today, but we're here. I see some of you guys in the comments. Hi, y'all. Hey, Chris. Hey, Nsiki. Hey, Jaira. Who else? Hey, JC. I see all y'all in here. Thank y'all for being here. How is everybody's night? Hey, Drea. No, girl, your phone wasn't acting up. It was me. I'm over here struggling real bad. Um, but it's all good. We're here. Hey, y'all. It's so good to see y'all. Y'all see my pineapple? Y'all see my pineapple? I was so proud of it. So look at my little pineapple. Hey, Samira. Hey, y'all. It is so good to see everybody. I saw some of y'all texting me. I promise. I'm sorry I'm late. It was just some difficulties, but we are all good. We're all set. You know what? Some things happen and it's okay. So again, welcome to Resilience Talks with Octavia the Overcomer. That's me. It's so good to see you guys. It's so good to be able to connect with you guys tonight. I do not have, hey Lonnie, hey girl. I do not have any fancy presentation for you guys tonight. Tonight, I just really wanted to come on and talk to y'all and just chop it up a bit and, just discuss some things that I think would be great. It is July 1st, and this is the second half of the year, which I am so excited for. If you are like me, the first half of the year was a little intense. It's a little intense, but even so, I'm super happy for these next 6 months. Before I get into it, we always do. How y'all doing tonight? How's everybody doing? How y'all feeling? Let me know, how was y'all day? While y'all are doing that and I'm reading the comments, I will also tell you guys about my day. I had a decent day. It's been a little slow at my job this week. We praise Jesus for that. We praise God, because Lord knows I need the break. So it's been a little bit slow. So I've been able to do a couple of things that I needed to do or that I was holding off on, like laundry. Nobody likes to do that. Just little things that I needed to get done, but also have the opportunity to rest a bit, which has been nice. And so that was my day. And then I watched a movie and then I got ready for Resilience Talks so I could be here and talk with you guys tonight. But how was y'all day? Did y'all have a good day? I don't know where you guys are in the world right now, but I'm an ATL and it is pouring raining. It's been raining for like 40 days and 40 nights. So if y'all start hearing the thunder and stuff, or y'all see me jumping over here, I promise it's just the weather. It's just the weather. All right, Jack, it was a good day today. I'm happy to hear that, sis. I am so happy to hear that. And for all of you out there, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful night. And I hope you had a wonderful day so far. All right, so I'm just going to jump right into it. We're just going to chat. My only ask of you tonight is that y'all talk back to me. It makes my heart glad to see you guys talking back to me and just engaging, because then I know, like, okay, this is meaningful. We're having meaningful conversation. All right, JC, your day was good. I'm happy your day was good, JC. I hope you got a lot done. But it really makes my heart glad to see y'all comments, to see that y'all get on faithfully every week. And when I'm not here, y'all hit me up. Y'all make sure that y'all let me know that y'all was waiting for me, that y'all was expecting me. And for all of you who have been sharing the content with people, and those of you who've been telling me that they've been sending it out to other people and inviting other people, thank you so much. I do this to be of encouragement to you guys, and when I see y'all faces, y'all an encouragement to me, and that just helps me to keep going. So we're gonna talk tonight. Let's just jump right into it. So at the beginning of this year, right, I turned 30, right? I turned 30 in January. Big cap energy, big cap gang. We don't care about the other signs right now. Don't put your signs in the chat. We don't care. No, I'm just kidding. So early this year, January, I turned 30. And I was asking people, I see you, sis, your day was productive. I'm super happy it was. And I asked people, like, what should I be expecting? Like, what should I be expecting with the year 30, right? And it's like everyone literally says the same thing. It's all the same cliche thing, but I guess it rings true. It's gonna be an eye opener. And I was like, Okay, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking eye opener. All right, God finna show me some that my capabilities. He finna open doors. He finna do. This is what I'm thinking when people like, oh, it's an eye opener. I'm thinking, oh, it's finna get good, right? And so I had my party. If y'all didn't see my party, it's on my Instagram. I had this big, lavish, beautiful party, and I was like, okay, like we doing something. Like I'm like, okay, the year's gonna be great. Like I'm ready. Hey, Padre, good to see you. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to take on the year. I have all these plans. I done wrote down my goals. I'm like, all right, bet. We turning 30. It's a new year, new me. We outside. Baby, after that party, let me tell y'all, after I had that big lavish party, literally right after that, I got sick. Literally right after that party, everything just kind of sort of got real challenging. And when I say that, I mean I got hospitalized twice. Yeah, Jair, I thought we was outside. I thought we was outside, and turns out I've been in the house for 6 months. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking around, y'all. But after that party, everything just kind of went down here. I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be a great year. And slowly things just started getting harder and harder and harder for me. I got hospitalized twice in these past 6 months, which is a record for me at this point. And just like my relationship started getting harder, work started to get harder, bills started getting crazy. I'm like, whoa, where did all this come from? And so I was just like, whoa, wait a minute, this was not the expectation that I had for year 30. Okay, I was not expecting for it to get all chaotic. And so I'm like, God, hold on, let rewind, because what is happening here? They say it's gonna be an eye opener. What happened? I'm looking for the opportunities, I'm looking for all this stuff, but in reality, it's like, oh, okay, God, now I know what you mean. Like, this is an eye opener. This is what I know now, what people meant by 30 will be an eye-opening year for you, because you really start to analyze and assess and process things a little bit differently now that you're a little bit older. And so tonight, I want to talk about the art of pivoting. So while this year has been challenging to say the least, right? While it's been challenging to say the least, I also know that because of all the things that have happened, I've kind of veered off course a little bit, right? And I think, and I have the freedom to say this, but I think a lot of us, just knowing each and every one of you, a lot of us have veered off course a bit, right? These past 6 months, look, and if it's you, you can put your hand up in the chat. But these past 6 months have been insane. It's like, I thought going into the year 2025, it's like, okay, it's 2025. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be happy, sunshine, and rainbows. And it literally was not. It's literally not that. It's literally not that. And so going through all these challenges, and I guess I didn't mentally prepare myself for the fact that life was going to hit, and it was going to hit hard. And so it kind of threw me off. It threw me off course, because I was like, sheesh, I see y'all with your hands up, because life been hitting real hard. Like, I mean, throwing blows. Okay, I see y'all. I see y'all. And so I was thinking, like, okay, what is happening? Because this is not the life I envisioned for myself. This is not what is happening according to my plan. And I wanted to let you guys know, it may not necessarily be according to your plan. It's according to God's plan. And so sometimes we have to go through all these things so that he can get us to where we need to be. And so tonight we're talking about the art of pivoting. What is pivoting? Pivoting is when you change directions. You know how in basketball, all right, I ain't gonna really try to explain this because I really don't know what I'm talking about. But in basketball, you pivot, like with one foot, you like change direction, and then you come back and then you shoot the ball, right? So we're talking about this art of pivoting, meaning that we change course, meaning we change direction. When we realize that we're kind of not on track, we try to pivot back into where we're supposed to be, right? And so it's a means of correction. And so tonight, I really want to talk to you guys about pivoting, because a lot of us are off course, right? A lot of us are off course. And I'm talking about myself too. We had all these plans, we had all these things that we wanted to accomplish. And a lot of us have not accomplished that because life has been kicking our butts. However, right, in these next 6 months, what can we do to get back to where we actually want to be, right? Those goals were not made in vain. Those goals were not made just to have goals, right? You made those goals in the hopes to achieve them. So I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about how do we achieve those goals, right? So one question I want to ask you guys, things never go as planned. They literally don't. They literally don't. I want to ask you guys tonight, and y'all can put your answers in the chat. What do you think is your biggest thing? What is the biggest thing that is holding you back right now? What would you say is the biggest thing that's holding you back right now? And I'll read y'all comments, and I'll also talk through it as well. I think for me, the thing that's probably holding me back is myself, because I get in my head a lot. And I'm like, I don't know. And I start acting a little dumb sometimes. My financial health. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. I don't know. Yeah, JC, myself. I don't know what it is. And I guess it's the economy, because when I say everybody going through it right now, like nobody is happy. Like we all struggling financially, or at least most of us, for those of you who are good, shout out to y'all. May that kind of good find me. We in critical condition over here. For real. We're in critical condition over here. Like we are, we in ICU. Okay, like it's like that for finances. Like right now, I see y'all saying myself. I see you, Padre, myself. I'd also agree myself. Jaira, balance, trying to find a balance between being a hustler and rest. Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. In fact, that's something that I've been praying about, right? Like praying about balance, because I'm one of those people that I gotta go. If for those of you who live in New York, y'all know the kind of mentality, or if you live up north, and I don't know if it's like that anywhere else in the world. I can't speak to it because I haven't been there, but up north, it's like you develop this hustle mentality, right? It's like you just got to be on the go all the time. You got to be doing something, right? There's always something for you to do, so you have to be on the go. And a lot of times we take on that hustler mentality, and then we kind of overdo it, right? We don't actually get to rest. And when we do rest, we start feeling guilty about that rest. In fact, I was just talking to God today about it, and I was saying how, like, oh my gosh, I need to do this. Like, I'm being so lazy. I'm procrastinating. I feel like, I haven't done anything that I need to do. And God had to be like, baby girl, were you not just complaining about getting a break? Like, I'm sorry. Like, were you not just talking about taking rest and being able to relax because you felt like you were so busy? Did you not pray about that? Or was that a figment of my imagination? Did you not pray about that? And so I was like, oh, right. Like, all right, God, you ain't got to get out of my business now, because you ain't got to do all of that, right? But it's that idea that you have to keep hustling, when in reality, a lot of times your body just needs to rest, and it's okay to rest. You don't always have to be doing something or always have to be trying to accomplish something. The way he be checking us, like chin check me real hard, like real bad. It's like you don't always have to be in the middle of doing something all the time. Rest is necessary, right? Sleep is necessary, right? Taking care of yourself, all this stuff, all these things are necessary for us. Absolutely. Chin check me, sis. And so, all right, so those are some of the things that's been holding us back. For me, it's myself. For you, it could be finances. It could be trying to find balance. It could be so many things, right, that's holding us back from where we want to be. So my thought for tonight is, how do we get you to where you actually want to be, right? We know the things that are holding us back, right? We can identify that. And so the first thing that we need to do in order for us to pivot in this second half of the year to get to where we actually want to be, right? We all have goals. Like I have goals for the end of the year. I have things that I'm expecting for the end of the year. And baby, I'll be damned if I don't accomplish it, right? And that's how serious I am about it. And so the first thing we have to do, if we're going to start pivoting, right? If we're going to start changing course to get back onto our course, right, is do a self-assessment. And what does that look like? The biggest thing holding me back is being indecisive. I'm constantly weighing the pros and cons and not trusting myself enough. Tamara, that's real good. That is real good. I feel like a lot of us do that. some people say, if I have too many options, then I'll never decide, right? If I have too many options, I'll never decide. And sometimes it could just be between two options, but it's like, which way do I go? And that's a good one, not trusting yourself. A lot of us don't trust ourselves to make good decisions. And that's kind of been reinforced by the things that's happened to us in our past, right? What we've chosen hasn't necessarily always been right for us. And so sometimes we don't trust ourselves enough. But I'm going to say to you, Tamara, just choose, right? It's either going to work or it's not going to work. Just choose. Make a choice. And that'll break that indecisiveness. Just make a choice. And don't try not to think about all the pros and the cons and all of that. Just make a choice, boo. Just decide and go with it and see where it leads you. But again, so back to what I was talking about, right? The art of pivoting. How do we do that? Self-assessment. That's the first thing. What happened over these past 6 months that has worked for me, right? Because, everything wasn't bad these past 6 months. Everything wasn't bad. There was a lot of things that happened that was bad, but not everything, right? I met this amazing group this year, right? In these 6 months, I met AOU, I met my family, right? It's like, and I've developed this beautiful, beautiful relationship with each and every one of them, right? And it's just been something that has uplifted me, that's encouraged me, that's pushed me, right? So that's something that worked for me, and it's continuing to work for me. Having that support system, having that community, having that family, just being able to come together and worship together in the mornings or in the evenings or whenever, or just being able to send a text and be like, hey sis, or hey, this is going on, and having people have my back, right? So that was one of the things that worked for me this year. So I say to you, right, when you're doing your assessment, think about the things that have worked for you, because you want to take those things that actually did work for you into these next 6 months, because those are going to be the things that help you, continue to go. On the opposite end, what are the things that did not work for you? What were the things that you struggled with? What were the things that maybe you needed to work on? What are the things that you know for sure that you need to just scratch out, take away, throw it away, put it in the trash like it's basura, right? What are those things? And that's how we self-assess, right? What works for us, and what doesn't work for us, what's challenging for us, right? What can we do to be better in this next season, right? In this next 6 months, what can we do to be better? Those are the questions that you should start asking yourself. It is July 1st, y'all. It is really the start of the next 6 months, right? And so I'm talking to you about this because it's so important for us to get on track. And I'm going to hold y'all hand when I say this. Tighten up. Tighten up. I had to tell myself that. Tighten up. Get it together, right? We have so much more to offer than what we've been these past 6 months. We have so much more to do than what we have done in these past 6 months. And yes, life has knocked us all out. That's across the board. I've talked to so many people, and everyone has said life is life, and life is going life, whether we like it or not, right? But what do I need to do? How do I prepare myself for when life is life in, right? How do I prepare myself so that I don't get so far off course that I'm doing things that I don't even need to be doing? What can I do so that I'm on course? Because life is going life. So that's the first thing, right? Is a self-assessment. The second thing I want to talk about is eliminating distractions, right? And that is one of the hardest things to do because we love our distractions, right? What is something that has been distracting for you? Y'all can put that in the chat. What has been distracting for you? One of the things that's been distracting for me is me. I love to watch shows. I love to watch movies. I love to watch TV. That's one of the things that I love to do. But I also realize that in me enjoying this distraction, it's taking away from what I need to be doing so that I can progress, right? So that's one of the things. And that's like a minor thing. But what are some of the things that have been distracting for you? A lot of us, it could be social media. Some of us, it's our friends. Some of us, it's our relationship. What are the things what has your focus? That's the better question. What is it that has your focus? What is it that's taking you away from either time with God or time for you to progress? What is it? Now, y'all may not want to put it in the comments. It's okay. I ain't trying to call nobody out. That's fine. But what is it? Think about those things that's distracting you. And then how do you eliminate my family? Because I put them first. First of all, Padre, don't be talking about me. Don't be talking. No, I'm just kidding. No, but that's fair. That's fair. Your family, right? It can be a distraction because all of us, even when you're in a marriage, a relationship, friendship groups, right? You all individually have goals that you want to achieve. But if you're constantly giving to those things, right? Giving to those people, then you won't have anything left for yourself, right? You won't have anything to hold on to or to take into or pour into yourself when you're trying to progress in this life, right? You won't have anything left. So my thing is, you may not be able to eliminate distraction. I'm not saying eliminate your family. I'm not saying cut everybody off. I'm not saying that, but minimize it, right? Come up with a way for you to be able to support your family and your friends, those things that you love to do, right? I need to come up with a way where I can watch TV, but I'm not doing it all day long, or I'm not doing it so much so that I can't do anything else, right? What's taking up my time? So when you're on this journey, right, when you're going through these next 6 months, think about the things that have your time the most. Is it your kids? Is it your family? Is it your job, right? Because a lot of us, our job takes up a lot of our time. Or it takes up the allotted amount, 8 hours for most of us, right? And then by the time you come home, you have nothing left to give because you're done for, right? You've already expended all that energy at work. And when you come home, you have nothing left. All you want to do is go to sleep. All you want to do is rest. Another thing of mine is napping. I love to take naps. I don't care. And I'm not going to stop. But whatever. That's my thing, right? Those are some of the things that distract me when I'm these past 6 months. Those are the things that have been distracting to me. Friendships have been distracting to me, right? Yeah, especially my job. Absolutely. Friendships have been distracting, right? I'm trying to pour and pour and pour into friendships and they ain't pouring back into me, right? I ain't talking about the ones that's been beneficial, but the ones that haven't been beneficial, right? I'm pouring and pouring and pouring, and I'm not leaving enough for myself. So it's been taking me off course. Yes, Jaira, I love a good nap too, girl. Love it. My favorite thing. It's my favorite thing. So what are those things? The next thing I want to talk about is come up with a game plan, right? How do we come up with a game plan for what we're going to do in these next 6 months? Now, we had goals in January. A lot of us, Drea, my desires, come on now. Those desires be real, okay? And sometimes it's those things that you shouldn't have, or you shouldn't do, or you shouldn't be there, but it feels good it feels good to you. And that also in itself can be distracting because that takes away from something else, right? If I'm going out to the club to drink every night, I'm not going to have no money to pay no bills, And then, while it may feel good, while I'm having a great time dancing and drinking and all this other stuff, while it may feel good, it's taken away from what I actually want to do in life. And so sometimes we have to hold off on the things that we really enjoy, that instant gratification, so that we can have the thing that we really want. And that may take some time. That's what discipline is, right? A lot of us need that discipline, including me, right? Working on discipline, working on balance. So when we're going through these next 6 months, consider what is taking your time, what is taking your energy, what is taking your focus. If these things are not serving you, either eliminate it or minimize it, right? Last thing, come up with a game plan. What can you do to keep yourself accountable these next 6 months so that you accomplish what you want to accomplish? And here's the thing, y'all don't got to have a million goals in a year, right? Y'all don't got to have a million goals. You can have one thing that you want to do. This year, I want to get a job in a different field, or I want to get a job in a certain field. This year, I want to make 10 sales, right? Or this next 6 months, I want to make 10 sales for my business, right? These next 6 months, I want to start my own business. These next 6 months, I want to start a new series, right? There's so many things that we want to do, but how do we continue to make ourselves accountable? How do we keep ourselves accountable while we're doing all this stuff? What are some things that we can put in place? A lot of us, y'all just need schedules, right? Some of us need, just make a schedule for yourself. That might work for you. Like, I know I'm really good at following a schedule. If I make one, I'm pretty good at sticking to it. Now, when I'm out here just free to, flexing and just doing whatever, out here. You hear me? I'm just out here. When I ain't got no kind of structure, I'm doing whatever I want. I'm finna do whatever I want. And a lot of times, whatever I want is usually the things that are comforting to me, right? I'm hanging out, I'm talking to my friends, talking to family. I'm not as productive as I could be. This year, I want to serve the Lord with my whole heart. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Lonnie, I guess the question for you is, what does that look like for you? And how do you get yourself there? So we have all these plans, we have these goals, we have these wants, we have these desires. But how do you get yourself there? Come up with a game plan. What is actually going to help you? What are the steps that you need to take, right? I am I am a planner. I'm very detail oriented, especially because of my job, just who I am as a person. I'm a detail oriented person. So if I used to make weekly goals, right? And then once I had my weekly goals, I would make daily goals, right? So this is what's going to help me get to the weekly goals, right? This thing that I do every single day is going to get me to my weekly goal, and my weekly goals will get me to my monthly goals, right? And then my monthly goals will get me to my yearly goals, right? And I know that sounds like a lot for somebody. It may not work for you, but whatever it is that does work for you, do that, right? Because we want to be successful. I can't stress enough that all of you are chosen, right? We are all chosen for a specific reason and a specific purpose. And you have more in you than what has happened in these past 6 months. There's so much more God wants to do in these next 6 months, right? It's so much more he wants to reveal, so much more he wants to do. And it may not necessarily look like it. It might not come gift wrapped the way we think it should, right? Because I thought in January, I was like, oh, it's going to be great. God's going to open so many doors for me and opportunities. And in reality, it didn't come the way I thought it would, but he did open up doors for me, right? He opened up doors for me to meet new people, but he also opened up doors for me to begin to see things for myself, right? To see the things that were serving me and see the things that were not serving me, the things that I don't need to engage in, the things that I don't need to do anymore, the things that I need to work on even, right? So it may not necessarily come gift wrapped in the way we would like for it to. He may not do it the way we want us to do it or how we expect it to do it. But God has so many plans and desires for us himself. And if you ask him to show you his heart versus his hand, right, you'll begin to see it. Spend time in his presence, no distractions allowed. Absolutely. So a lot in amount of time for you to spend God with him. And it don't gotta be 45 hours, right? You ain't gotta travail and cry and get the white cloth and the sheet. And you ain't even gotta do all of that. But set an amount of time for you to be in his presence. I'm really good with alarms. I put alarms on my phone. That's how I remember to take my medicine, right? That's how I remember to spend time with God. That's how I remember to do certain things. Set alarms. Saying no without feeling guilty. Absolutely. Absolutely, Tamara. That is so hard, right? That is so hard to say no without feeling guilty, especially if you have a big heart, especially if you're also not used to saying no. Yeah, I understand completely what you're saying, but I think the only way to start doing something is to just do it, right? And so, Tamara, my thing for you tonight is to just do it, right? Just do it. That's your thing for tonight, girl. But so anyway, so back to what I was saying, make a game plan, come up with a game plan, and then who's going to hold you accountable, right? Find people in your life who are going to hold you accountable. We cannot do this life on our own. I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what you may feel. I don't care what you may think, but you cannot do this life on your own. You need community. So who's going to be there to hold you accountable? Look at your friend group, look at your family, look at the people you choose to be in your life, right? Because we all have a choice of who's in our life, and we all have a choice who's not in our life. Who's in your life is going to hold you accountable for the things that you want to accomplish in this lifetime, right? I'm sorry to brag. I'm sorry to brag, but I have an amazing group of individuals who are in my life right now who hold me accountable. If I say, hey, y'all, this is what I want to do, they're like, okay, they're checking in on me, right? They're making sure that I'm, doing what I say I'm going to do, right? They're holding me accountable, and they're not letting me slack. They're not letting me, they're not taking no punches. They're not letting me slack, because they understand that there's more in me, and I need to get to the next point so that I can get to my next point, right? If I want to go higher, then I have to keep climbing, right? I have to keep climbing. And so my suggestion to you all, right? While you're assessing this life, while you're assessing your time, while you're assessing your life, I want you to really think about who's in your life, who needs to be there and who does not need to be there, right? Who's your community, who's your circle, and who's going to help you to become the best version of yourself. Are these people encouraging you, right? Are they calling you out on your stuff when you're wrong, right? Are they being honest with you, right? Are they being straightforward with you? Because honestly, that's what you need. Yeah, assess your circle. Who's in that circle? Who are you giving your time to? Who are you telling people about who are these people that you're telling your secrets to, your desires to, your goals to, right? Because a lot of times the people that's in our circle, they really shouldn't be there because low-key they be haters. Like low-key, they don't want you to grow above where they are. Can we talk about it, B. Simone? Like let's talk about it. How many B. Simones do we have in our circle? And not just her, right? She's just the most recent example. But how many people are in our circle who shouldn't be there? And my last thing for tonight, right? I'm gonna end it here. But what is your faith like in these next 6 months? What does your faith look like? Ooh, period. What does your faith look like? What does it look like? Are we going to continue to fill ourselves with, oh, maybe this might happen. Oh, this could happen. I don't know if I'm able to do this. I don't know if I can. No. What are we going to continue to fill ourselves with, faith or fear? Are we going to fill ourselves with confidence or doubt? It really comes down to what are you going to choose to believe? Because faith is a choice, right? We choose faith and we continue to choose faith daily, right? We continue to choose that. So what will your faith look like? Are you going to have confidence in your capabilities or you're not? It's either you are or you aren't, right? Make a choice. What is your faith going to look like in these next 6 months? My faith is strong with the Lord because I put him first. Absolutely. Absolutely. And having faith, right? So when life storms are coming at you, it's like your faith is not shaken because it's already been built, right? It's on strong foundation. Build your faith in these next 6 months so that you're not sliding down a wall when things hit the fan, right? So you're not sliding down a wall if you get fired from your job or, just anything that happens. Build your faith up in these next 6 months because that's the only way you're going to get to where you need to be is if you believe, because there's always going to be obstacles that come. It's about how well you overcome those obstacles, how well you fight to overcome those obstacles. We talked about this for weeks on this live. Endure well, right? How do we endure? We need faith. And understanding that nothing that's happening to us is for our harm, although it may seem like it, right? Life has a way of making us feel like that's our reality and that things are there to hurt us or harm us, right? But I promise you it's not. A lot of the things that we are going through really is to grow us, to get us to mature, right? A lot of us need to grow up. I was about to curse, but Lord. A lot of us need to grow up and realize that the little things really don't matter, right? These little trip ups, these little things, like I know for me, I get caught up on little things, right? Like I do well with big tragedies, but little things I cannot handle. Like I am beyond me. I learned how to get through a heart transplant. I learned how to have heart disease. I learned how to have those big traumatic things. But those little things, child, they trip me up every time. Right? I'm ready to lose it off of something small, right? Oh, something that didn't happen the way I thought it should. I'd be ready to lose it, right? But I'm learning, right? I've gotten a lot better. Since January, I'm learning, right? That's one of the things God has been working on me with. I've done a lot. I'm getting a lot better. But what are those things, right? What does your faith look like in these next 6 months? And that really is up to you. Are you feeding yourself the word? Because that's the only way we really understand who God is. That's the only way we know God's heart and not just his hand. He's not a genie, right? A lot of us, we pray and we pray for, oh God, can you just give me this? God, if you give me that, right? But God wants to show you his heart, right? He wants to show you not just the things that he can give you, but who you are in him, like how he sees you. You get that from me. Ooh. Okay, period. But this is what I want to talk to you about tonight, y'all. I know life is hard and I know all of us are going through stuff. That's never going to change, right? but we still can be accountable and we still can press forward. We still can lean in and we can still pivot, right? Every time we get off track, God is there to pull us back. He says he'll go after the one, right? He'll go after the one. God will go after you, but you got to let him, right? And be open and understand that, hey, maybe I am off course. Maybe I did, maybe I did do some things that I shouldn't have done. Be honest, right? Be honest in your assessment about yourself. Be honest, because it doesn't serve you to lie to yourself. It doesn't serve you. So self-assess, y'all. Start pivoting into the right direction and make sure you guys have a community of people who's going to keep you accountable. Come up with a game plan, right? Come up with the plan. Because a lot of us don't have no plan for how we're going to get what we want to get, right? For our goals, we don't have no plan. We say we want all these things, but have no plan. Oh, snap, I just came across the dress up. Oh, I'm weak. Talk about synchronicities. But do you have a plan for what you want to accomplish, right? It may not always go according to plan, but at least you have a blueprint, right? You have a draft of something, right? To say that, hey, this is where I started and this is where I'm going. And I even encourage you, hang it up. Put it in front of your face. Put it on your phone. Take a picture of it. Like whatever it is that you want to do, put it in your face, right? So that you don't ever forget about it. So that when you're feeling down and out, you can go right back to that list or that plan that you created to get yourself back on course. All right, y'all. That's all I got for today. That's all I got. Pivot, assess, get your community up, make a game plan, and faith forward, right? Faith forward. All right, y'all. That is it. Whiteboards are the best. Yeah. And Siki, that's so true. I know you have a whiteboard. But, whatever it is that works for you, some of y'all aren't writers. Some of y'all aren't writers, and that's okay. But what works for you? What's going to get you from point A to point B? Yeah. But that's it, y'all. I have two now. That's crazy. You whiteboarding for real. But again, I hope that tonight something that was said helped you, right? And again, I'm no preacher. I'm not even a teacher. I just like to come on here and chat with y'all and talk to you guys about, just things that I receive from God or just things that's going on in my life. And hopefully it'll have the effect to help you guys. Start self-assessing, y'all. We got too much to do. We got too much to do, y'all. We got too much to accomplish. Okay? Tighten up. I had to tell myself, tighten up. Tighten up. All right? Okay, I'm glad, JC, of course, and Siki. All right, y'all. I love y'all for real. I will see. Oh, thank you, Gyro. I will see you all next week. Thank you, Drea. We'll be here next week at 8 p.m. No more technical difficulties. We ain't gonna have that no more. But I'll see you guys next week at 8 p.m. ET. And please follow my YouTube, youtube.com at Octavia the Overcomer. And yeah, that's all I have for tonight. I love y'all. And I'll talk to y'all later. All right, good night. Good night, y'all.